Hello you lovely lot, how are you? Happy New Year to you. I know it's been a while, hasn't it? I know. I really hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year. We just seem to roll from one meal to the next really, but it was nice and relaxing, so that was good. Came out of the new year unfortunately with a lovely cold sore, so I decided I wasn't going to subject you to that. But it decided to linger a little bit, which is why it's taken me so long to do a video. So didn't get much time to do a lot of sewing over Christmas. I did a few quilting jobs, quilted one for my mother-in-law, did a couple of customer ones as well, which was quite nice, just edge-to-edge pantographs. And decided after Christmas that I wanted to finish something for a change. So I had this piece of fabric that I think I mentioned on a previous video that I had quilted up already to do a bag pattern that my lovely friend Maureen had done, only to find, as is always with me, that there wasn't enough fabric. It's a theme. Perhaps I should call my podcast that, there wasn't enough fabric. Anyway. So I put it aside until I saw something that I thought I wanted to make, and this pattern jumped out at me, which I'd had for a while. This is the Patchwork Duffle by Knot and Thread, and as you can see from the pictures, you can do a patchwork version, or you can use a piece of fabric that's quilted ready to go, which is what I had. Perfect, I thought. So pulled the pattern up, and this is a beautiful piece of fabric that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I'm trying to think where I got it. I think I might have bought it at a QuiltCon one year, and it's lovely. It's a bark cloth by, I think it's called Outback Wife. I'll put it underneath, and I've quilted it with. I've quilted it with a lining fabric, which is a really old one out of my stash, and I wasn't sure whether to go blue. I was sort of looking for something maybe a bit sort of in this dusky purple, but I didn't have anything, so I went with the blue in the end, which is a bit strange for me because I'm not in the blue. I don't use a lot of blues, to be perfectly honest. So used the blue, and I was, you know, I was really proud of my meander, my stipple, whatever you want to call it. But I was really pleased with how consistent it was actually. So yeah, pat on the back for me, go me. Quilted it all in one piece, but unfortunately the foam wadding that I used wasn't very wide, so I had to do it in pieces, which is why I've ended up with a ridge down here, but that was fine. What I did was cut out the pieces, the size pieces that I needed for the pattern from this, so it worked quite well actually. But you know what's coming, don't you? Yeah, I didn't have enough fabric. Every time. So I was 6 inches short of the fabric, the width of the fabric to do the main body. So the main bit all the way around the bag, 6 inches. But I decided I was going to do it anyway because I was fed up with myself and fed up with, you know, never having enough. So I decided I was just going to do it anyway. So I just made the bag, and I made it 6 inches shorter in width than in what it should have been. Are you keeping up? I'll be asking questions later. So I cut out the pieces that I needed. I had enough of the blue to make my handles, which is what I did. I made my own handles. I did look at buying a webbing to do it, to try and save time, but couldn't find anything that I liked, so went ahead and made my own handles. And here you can see me just making all the measurements and marking out to attach the handles onto the bag part. It's a bit fiddly getting it all under the machine, and it takes a little bit of manoeuvring, but they go on quite well. And this is the end pieces being inserted to the main body bag. I had to trim them down slightly to get them to fit because I was a few inches short, don't forget. But once they were trimmed, they seemed to fit in quite nicely. Getting them under the machine and sewing them, however, was a bit tricky, but we managed it. And here it is, the finished bag. So it came out a bit bigger than I thought it would, to be perfectly honest, don't know why. But you can see it's got panels in the end with pockets on each one. There are the zipper pulls so that it's easy for opening. Bag handles. Now I kept my bag handles the length that they specified in the pattern. But don't forget that this measurement all the way round here is actually 6 inches shorter than what it should have been. So it would have been wider according to the pattern. I adjusted my end panels to fit the new measurement, and so that took a little bit of fiddling with, but they went in okay actually, they weren't too bad. It has a double zip that opens outwards like so, and you can't see inside, but it's all finished. And I actually cheated and I bought my bias binding to cover my seams on the inside because I'm lazy basically, and I couldn't face making my own bias binding and going through that fast. So I bought my bias binding and popped that on. I put it on by machine and then turned it over and hand stitched it down on the inside just to finish it off. So so there we go. Patchwork Duffle by Knot and Thread, and it's finished. Ta-da! I finished something. I'm so proud of myself. Am I going to use it? I hope so. I think I might. I think it would make a nice sort of overnight bag to throw in the car, or for taking quilts into class or something like that. So yeah, I think I will finish it. I think I will use it. Yeah. I'm going to make an effort to use it. I do need to trim some of the threads though. I've still got some threads hanging around, so I need to deal with those. So I'll do those once we've finished. So it's a nice pattern. It's well laid out, quite easy to follow. It's available on the website and you can purchase it for £10 as a PDF. I think there might be a paper version as well. The finished size according to the pattern is 12 inches in height by 20.5 in width with a 9-inch depth. Obviously mine was a little bit smaller than that. She also offers a mini version of the pattern, which again is £10 for a PDF and measures 10 inches by 17.5 in width with an 8.5-inch depth. Really enjoyed making it. Nice to finish something, and hopefully it'll be useful as well. Thanks for joining me today. It's a very dark, murky January afternoon, so I'm very grateful for my new lights that I got for Christmas, which makes the world of difference. So thank you to my lovely husband for that. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider pressing the subscribe button below. And you can also find me on Instagram under the 10 Minute Quilter. Nice to see you. I hope you're well, Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.